All right, welcome back to BM Talks to them. So today we have another after the catch up.
hmm
And today, you want to introduce who we have today?
Yeah, of course. So we are joined by our very own Bert and Ayanna. Welcome. How are y'all feeling?
Good.
All right. So we did have you both on episode 32 of Pop the Balloon or Find Love, where you guys ended up matching.
Mhm.
And then we did a catch up with you guys, and things were going great. Bert had just came out to Arizona, visited you, and you guys did all these trips and just a lot of fun stuff it looked
Mhm.
like.
Yes.
So obviously we wanted to do the after the catch up just to kind of see where things are going, see if you guys are still going good and all that good stuff. So yeah, let's dive right on in.
Okay.
So how are things? Are you guys still trekking along? Are we still talking? How's everything?
So, no, we're not really talking.
Okay. What
Um,
happened?
just a few weeks ago we stopped talking. Some things came up and happened, and we just haven't talked since. And I think it was just more so. Bert, do you want to talk about it?
I mean, it was like it was not really a surprise. It was just it got messy, not on our hands. It's just like on other people got involved, and we weren't trying to make each other look bad. So I mean, we really just talked it out and got a got a perspective, got each other's perspective on it, and then we still cool at the end of the day.
So, what happened?
Um, well, he came out here again. Him and his friend. They came out
Hmm.
here. I got a boat for St. Patrick's Day weekend. We called it Friends Patrick Day. So both of our friends were supposed to meet each other, and we had a lot of fun. It was a ball.
Hmm
Hmm.
Um, but with that happening, like when he says it got messy. One of his friends wanted to talk to my friends, I guess, and he added her to his close friends, and then
hmm
they were just posting stuff on their close friends while they were out the country together.
Yeah.
And of course, my friends told me or showed me because she was in the close friends, so she was basically getting firsthand everything that was going on. So it just kind of
Hold on.
got.
I'm confused. So your friend was put in his friend's close friends.
Hmm.
And so she was seeing what was happening on a trip where the guys went, or
Yeah, like
okay.
they were Brazil. They were in Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah, they were in Brazil, and then he went to Colombia and stuff. So it was just like,
So Bert was doing stuff on this trip, or
It wasn't like nothing crazy, you know what I mean? Like it was just that we were just at a bar and then we just met some Brazilians and they were dancing and I was just entertaining it. Not like it was anything crazy, you know what I mean? But it's just the fact that her friend was in there and it could look like it could get assumed to be anything, you know what I mean? So
What do you mean by it's not nothing crazy? But because what you just explained to us sounds like it could be crazy.
it could have been crazy, but it wasn't crazy. So basically, it was just that I was at the bar, and then we just came across other girls, like Brazilian women that we just met, and then they were just dancing. You know what I mean?
dancing on you?
Not really on me. They was just dancing, and we just recorded it. They was dancing next to me, and my face was in the camera, and it was just like I was next to it, had alcohol involved, but you know.
But be direct, man. Be direct.
I mean, how direct you want me to be? Like, there wasn't no kissing, no anything like that. You know what I mean? It's just she was dancing in a bikini, and I was just right there.
Okay. So,
I mean, first let's confirm with Ayana. Is that what you saw?
I mean, yeah, it's like bits and pieces. It was just more so because we kind of had a conversation before he went out
Hmm
there, and I was just like, oh, usually when people travel to these places, it's for certain reasons, like Colombia, Brazil, Dominican Republic. And but he was just saying like that's not why he goes. It's just like a guy's trip, and he grew out of that and things like that. And I just kind of felt like the actions were just a little contradicting to what was told before the trip. And that I was thrown off. I was thrown off. Just because we definitely did have a conversation before. And I'm so like, I mean, me and him know, like, I'm chill. Like I'm very, just be like, open with me, because then I don't like being sideswiped.
So you guys had set like boundaries basically before he went on this trip, and you felt like those were crossed?
I mean, we didn't officially set no boundaries, but I did ask questions, and I didn't think, if you're telling me one thing but doing the opposite of what you said, it just kind of threw me off.
Okay. I need the truth here, guys. I need the truth. Something happened. Somebody just own up and say exactly what happened, because something definitely happened.
Like, I kid you not. Like, I kid you not. What she saw and what I did is exactly like, I didn't do anything. There was no kissing. There was no like, okay, all right, verbatim, right? This is what you saw. She was in a bikini. She well shaped. She was twerking in front of the camera, and my head was on the cheek.
So you're saying that it's nothing crazy?
I mean, it is crazy. I mean, on the outside looking at it, it's crazy. But I mean, it really could have been worse. You know what I mean? I'm not saying it's a good thing that it wasn't worse, but I'm saying yeah, damn.
Yeah, no, I get that. It was just more so like, even what your friend was saying too, like, oh, what was the exact words? Like, this is I love being a point guard. I love being a point guard. And it was like you across the club.
Huh?
I don't know if you've seen that one, but it was just basically being a point guard. Like, I don't know how to word it, but what I saw was just basically like he loved being a point guard, meaning giving you
the assist. Oh,
the assist.
yeah.
I was like, I don't know the sports stuff, but I knew that meant something. And you was talking to a female across the club, and y'all was smiling, and I was just like, oh, I'm putting two and two together.
Oh,
that
okay.
that's just that,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand that.
So, but I want to ask you a question. Was you into her?
What? The girl dancing?
No, Ayanna.
Ayanna.
Yeah. Like, we cool. Like, we definitely cool, and we get along well. Like, even before this, like, she knows that, like, I'm honest. Like, whenever I leave, I tell her what's up or whatever's going on with me. Like, if I'm going wherever I'm going, like, she knows what's up with me. Like, we really cool. You know what I mean? Like, we had genuine connection. So it was just like, it was nothing along the trust issues or nothing, because we talked all the time, man. We just talked about like the stuff I would do whenever I'm out the country or stuff like that. You know what I mean? So yeah.
Okay. And Ayanna, was you into Bert?
Yeah. I had to meet my friends and everything. I had all this stuff out here planned when he came out here. Yeah, I was just a little just thrown off with, the certain situations, and then like the like Colombia and stuff like that. So that, like, a lot of stuff kind of just like, I don't know, just threw me off.
You're saying situations, right?
Mm-hmm.
I feel like there's something here that you're not saying. I want to ask you, but why do you go to these countries?
I go to these countries because it's like our money here goes a long way, and I like to explore. I like to explore different cultures. Well, it's really South America, especially since I'm learning Spanish now. So it's like it's a different vibe out there. Like, it's cheaper, the food is good, and the weather's always nice. Good beaches. The club scenes is different. Yeah.
Okay. Anything else, guys?
No, it was just like, it was a really good experience. I really enjoyed my time. I was just really, I just wish there was just more that came from it, just because I actually was like really into it. I was single for a while, like my past history and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, I've been through a lot. So it's just like kind of, I don't know. It's just it was, yeah, this was different because I really was into him and feeling him. We had really good chemistry. We talked every day. We became part of each other's routine. And I will say like the with like sorry, I didn't mean to cuss, but
You're good.
you know, just I was really thrown off with our last conversation about before we stopped talking and how I just didn't want like all my friends involved because of the situation that you had going on out there. So I just thought like something. I just thought I don't want to say too much.
What's it? Okay, this is what I'm talking about. This was situation that he had going on out there. Somebody just be direct and say what it was, because I feel like there's something here that you're both not saying, and that's the thing that actually made you two stop speaking.
I mean, it is what it is. He had an ex in Colombia, and they had an apartment together, but he would go out there often, and I thought that they weren't like talking at all.
So he went to Colombia while you guys were talking to go back to see her?
I don't know if it was to see her, if they because he told me it was an ex. You know, if she lives out there, she lives out there. But he did end up telling me that he has seen her since then. But I don't think that they're in a relationship, or if they are, I don't know. I don't know what's going on because it was just like a subject that wasn't really talked about.
Okay. I mean, let's hear about it from Bert.
I mean, we did talk about the subject, and I was frank with it, but it's just I don't feel like this is a subject that I could like share, um, especially with that person's situation, because I'm not trying to expose anybody's situation out there. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Um, yeah, but I did talk to her about that.
So you have an ex that you go back to and you stay with that ex.
Yeah, in a way, yeah.
You know when she said that you put your head down, but that tells me everything. You just so if you know that you messed up.
I mean, yeah, I knew I messed up. We talked about it. That's what I'm saying. Like, she has every right to feel the way that she feels. I didn't like fault her. I didn't call her crazy, or like I didn't like, bad mouth about it because I have nothing bad to say about it. Like, she's a genuine, great person. Like I tell her all the time, like I messed up. I was just, at the time it's just tough to explain. But like, I told her my honest opinion about the situation. We talked about it afterwards, and
Yeah, we talked like a week ago, but like before then we didn't talk for like 3 weeks, a month.
Wow.
I don't know. It was a while before we actually talked, just because I don't know. It just I didn't hear nothing, so my feelings were hurt. But we talked about it, just because I kind of felt like I don't know, just played with. I don't know, but he explained that it wasn't that situation, that it wasn't that way. I talked to him
No,
about
no,
it.
yeah, no, no, it's true. He played with you. That's what it is. Because look at this. Our show is called Pop the Balloon or Find Love. When you see how our show is presented, if you know you have something going on, why do you come on the show? Why would you even think about applying if you know that you still have contact with your ex? Because that's always gonna bring up issues in the future. That's why an ex is an ex. You don't go back to exes. So I guess what I'm saying is that why I asked you, but I said, was you actually really into her? It's because I want to know, like, was you actually feeling her enough for you to put her through stuff like this?
um, I mean, she knows how I felt. She knows my intention. She knows who I am, how I am, and yeah, it was just a messed up situation that I put her through.
So how did this come to light? Like what happened? How did you find out about this, Ayanna? Like he just presented this information to you or
Um, about like going back there to see her,
yeah,
or
like how did you even find out that there was an ex-girlfriend and or, you know, whatever the situation may be with them and they live together? Like did you just like how did you find out? Because that's something that is hard like for you to just come up with. I don't know. Like I'm just trying
yeah.
to figure out how did this conversation come up to be?
It was kind of known in a sense because I guess when the episode aired,
Mhm.
um, someone messaged me, but it was a friend of the girl because they don't speak English. So like,
Okay.
I asked him about it. He did let me know it's an ex, whatever. We moved past it. And then I brought it back up because I was like, oh, like I brought up the close friend situation, and then I just inquired. I just asked, like, oh, because did you go to the Columbia for this? And it was just, yeah. I just kind
Okay.
of like put. I don't know. I be in my mind a lot sometimes. So I was just like, I just had to think about it. I was like, when it's not making sense, I gotta make it make sense. So I just had to ask
Mhm.
questions.
So, you stay with the ex in Colombia. Do you stay in her house? Like, what's the situation like? Do you get a hotel and stay like what?
Nah, I wouldn't get a hotel. Like I said, it's a complicated situation. But she, like she said, she also knew about it because I told her about the situation. Like she knows about the situation. You know what I mean? It wasn't hidden. But she knows the in depth detail about the situation. Like I said, I'm not about to expose this person. Like you know, cause
So you stay in her house.
yeah, you could put it that way.
Okay.
You good?
I mean, I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed, but because when I spoke to you and Ayanna, you both was really intentional. I want to speak, especially you, but like I really felt like you was real, like you really was about your business, and I was like, yeah, this guy, he's intentional. He's really trying here. So to hear this is very disappointing,
Shocking.
shocking. It's just everything that you don't want to hear, because if you have a situation going on, you should never ever move forward with somebody, because now you're hurting her feelings. Um, did you ever think that maybe she might be hurt from what's going on?
Yeah, I did, and that's why like I told her about the situation.
Okay, so you came clean. Okay, at least you came clean and you told her what it is. So when he told you, Ayana, how did you feel at the time?
Me, I don't ever like really show my emotions. I don't even know if he knew like I felt a kind of way. I go silent, and I feel like that's probably like a defense mechanism just because of the way that I was like raised. I'm the oldest sibling. Like I'm not supposed. I'm always supposed to just have everything together. So I don't think he really knew anything like how I felt in the situation because we weren't talking. But I mean, like that's my own. That's something I need to work on too. I do shut down, but in a way to where it's just like I'm not. I don't know. I just have to. I have to feel the feelings first, and I just had a lot of stuff going on.
Okay, okay, wow. I did not expect that,
Yeah.
because you both are, you both were good together. People loved your catch up. You both actually flew in to the catch up in the studio.
Mhm.
hmm I mean, it was. Yeah, I had a lot of fun. It was cool. It's unfortunate, but it's just this is where
Yeah.
we're at now.
So how was your last conversation with each other? I know you said you guys didn't talk for 3 weeks, then you spoke again. Was the last how did that last conversation go? Was there closure, or how was it?
I guess you could say closure. I mean, he called me to apologize just because it just got left at nothing. So I just kind of felt like I was, I don't know, like it just, like it wasn't, like it didn't mean anything. But he explained that it wasn't that. I mean, I expressed my feelings, how I felt about it, because I didn't in those 3 weeks. Um, and he apologized immensely. So
Okay. I want to say, a lot of men say they want a good woman. When they get a good woman, they do this. It's like, what do you really want? Because she's intentional. She really wanted this, and it's almost like it was just a game for you, especially hearing like you was entertaining ladies in Brazil or wherever, dancing. That to me sounds crazy. Like, what's going on there? And then to hear the whole ex situation is like, was you really like serious about finding love? You feel me? So, I want to ask you, Bert, what is the situation right now? Like, are you back with your ex?
When you said like, yeah, we hop on a show and find love. Um, First things first, it's not like when you hop on the show, you expect to just to marry the person that you match with. You know what I mean? So there's definitely some trial and error. So you definitely talk to the person and then see if like everything else is intentional. You know what I mean? So like, yeah, everything. Because I'm not a person that just jumps right into a situation. Like I gotta like learn, grow together, and then find out any what's going on. You know what I'm saying? Past situationships, but it's not like we're automatically matched and then automatically married. You know what I'm saying? You got to develop a
So you're
friendship.
saying that you have to be married for you to be faithful?
Nah, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. That's not what I'm saying. Of course,
No,
if,
because you both was exclusive, right? You both was dating exclusively, right?
I mean, yeah, and initially we were friends. So we were friends. We came up to just like we had a conversation. It was just like, oh, if someone were to just try talking to you, how would you respond? If a dude was trying to talk to me, I'd be like, oh, okay. I'm like, at the end of the day, you're not my girlfriend. We're friends. We're developing. We're growing, and we're dating. You know what I mean? So it's just like I wouldn't be
So
mad.
are you saying that you two wasn't really exclusive? Is that what you're saying?
Nah, we had that conversation about it.
yeah, I did ask if we're dating exclusively, because I don't even respond to the hundreds of DMs I was getting. I was legit only talking to you. I know we're in like different states and stuff, but I mean, we talked every day. I was in school. Like I went straight from work to school. I'm from 6 a.m. to 10 p.m. So it's just like I really had no room to even talk to anybody else. And when I wasn't at work or school, I was on the phone with you. So it was just like I was legit only talking to you.
So you said you guys were dating exclusively. Like that was a conversation you had.
I asked that, yes, because I was like, are you messing around with anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
And what did he say?
No.
Okay.
That was yeah, and also like there's some truth to that. Like that was on the last time before I went on my trip. And man, before that, before we had that conversation, it was just like yeah, we friends. We were
I mean, a
dating.
while, yeah, we was like saying we're just getting to know each other and stuff. That was a
Yeah.
while ago. This was back in December, January.
You came on a catch up, and it looks like you two are together. If people go and watch that catch up back, they're gonna say that they're strong, they're dating with intention, they're for each other. I'm not saying that these things we thought that you two were gonna work out, great. I'm not saying that, but for what it looked like you both was actually giving it a real go, you know. So it is disappointing to hear what we've heard today. But I mean, at the same time, how do you both feel about each other right now?
Yeah, I'll go first. I feel like we cool. It's not. There's no hatred between us. Um, we still we still wish each other the best.
Yeah, it's pretty much like our last conversation was just, you know, he like apologized and explained things a little bit more because it was just very like confusing. I didn't know what was going on. But I mean, we just don't, it's just kind of weird just because we became part of each other's routine. So it's just like, we don't talk. So it's just,
Yeah.
I just feel kind of indifferent about it, but I know we're still cool. Like I don't have, obviously, like you said, like I'm not a hateful person. I'm still just, I'm just taking it as it is.
And then before we wrap up, I just wanted to go back on this one thing. So we're not saying when you match with someone that you're automatically married. That's far from what we're saying. What we're saying is before even applying to come on this show, we're expecting that the people who do apply to come on this show are serious and being intentional. They don't have any situationships. They don't have anyone who's claiming them. They don't have anyone that they're like, oh yeah, if it doesn't work out, I still got this person I'm going back to. That's what we're talking about. We're not saying like as soon as you match, okay, you're a couple. We're just saying like before applying to come on a dating show, you know, there shouldn't be any type of relationship still lingering around. That's pretty much it.
Yeah, like be serious, because don't look at this show and think, oh yeah, I'm gonna go there just to go there knowing that, oh, you can actually match with somebody and it can lead to something. You feel me? So yeah, it's not, you're not gonna fall in love straight away. Like, we're not saying that. We're saying just have the pure heart to actually be open to actually finding somebody for real. Because that person that you find might have feelings for you, and if you mess around with them, they might get hurt. So that's basically it. All right. Any final thoughts before we leave?
No, I don't have anything right now.
Okay.
Bert?
Nah, I'm good.
Comment down below if I should bring Ayanna back on the show to find real love. She seems like she was actually ready. And Bert, we'll keep tabs on you. See how it's all going. But thank you everyone for watching, and we'll catch you next time.